He definitely did it in Monsters, Eric and Lyle case. And he definitely did it in Dharma. Because after Dharma, I had to go back and do more research. And I was like, no. What we saw on there was not that person. So he does seem to try and get that bit of empathy from you in these cases. However, there's one person in this series that I think needs her own little discussion, and that was Adeline Watkins. So Adeline Watkins in the story, I've seen loads of hot takes on her because at the end she still looks young, and people are trying to argue and say that that was his psyche. It wasn't. Adeline Watkins was actually a real person in Ed Gein's life. Now, initially, no. So in the series, you're led to believe that her and Ed have this on again, off again relationship, kind of. They're friends first and foremost. They're friends, but he's got the hots for her. Yeah, he likes her. She's kind of here, there and everywhere. She wants to be a photographer. She's a bit morbid. She likes what we like. She likes the dark and the mysterious and the true crime, essentially, right? Now, their relationship kind of morphs over the years, and at some point he asks her to marry him. She says yes, but then she discovers some of the things he's been doing. I think that throws her off a bit. She leaves him, and their relationships doesn't end, but they say their goodbyes, and then she doesn't really, you don't see them contact each other again until he's in the hospital coming close to death. Okay, now in real life, Adeline Watkins said two things. The first story she gave was yes, they have known each other for over 20 years and they were in somewhat of a relationship. Then a couple weeks later, she changes her tune and says, nope, they weren't really that closely related. They were just acquaintances and she's not really known him for that long. I would argue, and I am of the belief, that the first story is the true story. I think part of the Ryan Murphy depiction is what was said from her in the beginning, and I think that is the truth. I think she changed her mind after he had been arrested and all the charges had been brought up against him, because I think she realised that she may be looked upon as having a bit more knowledge about his goings on than if she just says, no, we don't really know each other. So I believe they had a relationship. I believe they probably did get engaged or something like that. And then I do think that it maybe just fizzled out, or she called it off. Someone called it off. But I am of the belief that relationship did actually happen. It's not fact. It's my opinion. But that's what I think.